You're listening to Stories Behind the Songs with Chris Blair. For more information, you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at SBT Songs or check us out at chrisblair.com. This week, we're sitting down with my buddy Cole Taylor. He moved to Nashville from Georgia. I think we met the first week he was in town. We've been friends ever since then, and he has got some incredible songs. He got his first publishing deal 9 months after he moved to town, which is just nuts. We're gonna dive into some smash hits that I know that you've heard. Songs by Florida Georgia Line, Luke Bryan, Cole Swindell, Priscilla Block, Justin Moore. He's just got an incredible catalog. It was so fun diving into the stories behind the songs. We've tried to do this a few times and we finally got our calendars lined up. And I'm so glad that we did because this was so much fun. Let's get to it. Here is Cole Taylor. We're back here in Nashville at the listening room. My buddy Cole Taylor in the house. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man.
Man, so glad that you came in today. And,
I'm glad we finally can make it work.
Yeah, I think we've tried it. We've had to cancel 3 times, I think now. So, man, you're just busy. It's good.
Kids,
I think
keep
I was
me
out of
busy.
town once, and then but man, I'm looking forward to I met you when you first moved to town.
Yep.
And have gotten to see your career just kind of take off.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to kind of go back and dive into early Georgia days. But I want to do something different this week. You've got so many great songs. I want to just kick it off with a song and let all the listeners know, like, let's start off with take me into Sippin on Fire with Florida Georgia.
Oh, man, Sippin on Fire. So I moved here, I think the same year I met you. It was February of 2013 when I moved here, and I signed a publishing deal at Universal November of that same year. And then in December, my buddy Matt Dragstrom and I wrote what was Sippin on Fire. And the verses were different at that time, but the chorus, like Seth at Big Loud was like, "Hey man, this chorus is a hit." He was like, "Are you cool if Rodney Clawson like just makes the verses just a little storytelling and kind of like back and forth with the girl kind of thing?" And we were like, of course. I mean, Rodney was on fire at that time, and so this was his 20th number one and my first. And I remember being down in Georgia turkey hunting at Red Aiken's Country Goes Hunting, and Matt calls me. He's like, "Hey man, Florida Georgia Line wants to record this song." And Florida Georgia Line had just came off that first album with Cruz and Around Here and all that on it. And I was like, yeah, that's incredible. So it was my first cut as a songwriter that turned into their third single off of this album, off the second album. And yeah, first number one, it all kind of happened at Godspeed. I mean, it was a total God thing, like kind of just showing, because I was the artist then too, trying to chase the artist thing, but I think that was the first sign of like God's way of being like, "Hey man, you're the songwriter. Just stay in the songwriting lane." And yeah.
I remember standing on the back porch when we used to be on 2nd Avenue, and it was like raining outside, but just like kind of a mist, and you played the work tape from your phone for this song.
Oh wow,
yeah,
it's awesome.
Let's hear it, man.
Yeah, buddy. Build me like ice and a whiskey. Those blue flame looks that you give me, you can't hide what's inside. And it's killing me right now to see you wanna slip off with me again. So why should we go round and round the truth like we've been doing? Every time we like her, we're losing. Why should we spend Saturday night alone? I could call you on the phone, pick you up, pick it up as we go along. Pulling all night or chasing that desire. Sparks flying in her eyes like lighters. And getting a little higher and sipping on fire.
Come on, man.
Sipping on fire. Florida Georgia line.
Dude, yeah, thanks. I just, there's so many songs that you've got that I absolutely love. I just wanted
thank you, man.
to kick it off with that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to early days. You grew up in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What was life like growing up for you?
So Southwest Georgia, I mean, my dad was a deer processor and a taxidermist, and my mom was an RM. And I was playing sports. I played every sport but basketball because I had to work in the deer processing, and that was deer season. So that's kind of what taught me my work ethic that I use every day of songwriting and kind of going into it. But yeah, I played baseball, football, ran track, played golf, all that growing up. And music kind of came in. I'd say I was 13 or 14, just kind of, I was singing Three Wooden Crosses in this little Baptist church, and people were like, hey, you got a good voice. And, in the small town, if somebody can kind of sing, everybody around is going to say, you got a good voice. So I took it a little more to heart and just started playing these little festivals with karaoke tracks. I didn't really pick up the guitar until I think I tried to pick it up when I was 15 and just got so frustrated. And at 17, something in my head clicked. It was like, hey, if you can learn how to play Can't You See by Marshall Tucker Band, because you kind of already know the rhythm, you just got to teach this hand. So I learned how to play that and then just kind of started writing songs loosely. I went to study accounting at Valdosta State and figured out that you could play the bars and kind of make money. So I started learning all these cover songs. And then I got really tired of playing other people's songs. So I just started writing a lot because I wanted to put an album out. And I recorded a little album at Studio D down in Moultrie, Georgia, my buddy Gary DiBenedetto, and recorded this little album. It was horrible, but it's kind of the starting place of my love for writing songs and other people hearing stuff that I get to sit in a room and write. I think that's what sparked that bug.
Yeah. What were some of the early musical influences for you?
I'd say for sure Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, growing up in small town Georgia, Luke grew up like 45 minutes down the road, which he was a very familiar or accessible original music for us. And I mean, his little demos were going around on little CDs down in South Georgia just from his buddies and stuff. So hearing that, my dad grew up on Lynyrd Skynyrd, so I kind of have that rock influence, the Southern rock style. My mom listened to the country radio, and my brother listened to Master P when we were going to school. So I always tell people, I'm like, my head is just a burnt CD of just anything and everything. I love it all. Yeah. So it helps me not get in a certain lane. Like especially with how wide country music is now. Yep. All of those influences have helped me kind of be a chameleon in kind of any room. If somebody's wanting to write a poppier country song, I kind of familiar with it. If it's a rockier one, I can kind of tap back into that Lynyrd Skynyrd side of me growing up and kind of just go back into that. I've seen that a lot with your songs. I've talked to other songwriters on the opposite side of it. That's like, if it's, especially a few years ago and the bro country was kind of first taking off and stuff. It's like, and I'd hear guys say like, that's not my thing. Like I can't write that. So I think that's really good. Like that spectrum of influences that you can kind of tie into. It's just more of it's a toolbox. Yeah, exactly. If you need a hammer, you get the hammer. If you need the screwdriver, you get it out. Yeah. It's just it's a blessing to just know that it's tucked back in there somewhere. And I had such a good bringing up of a variety of influences down in South Georgia. So you moved here 2013, and man, you got a pub deal in 9 months, which is just 9 months. Wild. Stupid. Mm-hmm. That's just just crazy. What do you think was the biggest reason for that? I think it goes back to the work ethic. I was writing. I knew I wanted to write a song a day, and I still do. It's just write. I didn't want to wake up and just do nothing. So, and then I would go back, I would write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, drive to Georgia Friday, Saturday, play kind of the bar gigs with the crowd that I'd already built in, come back up, write and it just kind of helped me, sharpen that craft a little bit quicker, I think. Yeah. Not that it was good at that point, but I think people noticed the work ethic and they were like, okay, I'll take a chance on this kid because he's working really hard.
Yeah.
And luckily, I mean, Ron Stuvey took a chance on me at Universal, and my manager at the time, Greg Hill, introduced us, and he was like, yeah, I'll take a chance. This kid's just working, busting his butt. The songs aren't that good yet, but I can see the path to doing that.
Yeah.
And then kind of the network of people, like, I always tell people, I'm like, just move to town and go out, go to the writers' rounds, go to the listening room, go to everywhere and just meet whoever, because you never know who's going to come up with you. So when Tin Roof had the Tuesday revival, and I met Thomas Archer there. I met Travis Denning. I knew him before he moved here, and we all kind of grew up together in town and kind of started rising at the same time together and celebrating successes of each other. And it's good to have a crew like that.
Yeah. You talked about your musical influences growing up on radio. What about songwriting influences?
You know, I don't know that I knew who wrote the songs. I look back now, and even some of my favorite songs, I'm like, oh, he wrote that song. But I think in my head, Alan Jackson is one of the better songwriters that I grew up listening to, just from the simple way he spoke to anything about life, just in a song.
Yeah.
Now, when I look back into other songs that I love, Bob McDill is a huge influence on the songs that I love from growing up listening to country music.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, there's a link that's going around town. It's like Bob McDill's all his work tapes and stuff. And every song I'm like, I never knew he wrote this. Didn't know he wrote this.
Yeah.
And so I'd say Bob McDill, but they have that same like kind of not grandpa way of speaking about it, but it's just this simple, it's just speaking to how I grew up and how people where I grew up would say it.
Love that, dude. I want to dive into how you kind of built your camp. But let's bounce around. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's dive into another song. I know when you play here a lot, you have a certain order you like to kind of go. So what?
Let me see.
I love sitting down with guys like you that have so many songs that I'm just like, hey, pick one.
I'll pick a newer one. Let's see. I love this song so much. Jordan Davis recorded this song. It was on the highway for a little bit, and it's just one of the songs in the round that kind of everybody, it gives them the chill bumps, and kind of, I like going from the funny guy to the serious guy to the hit songwriter guy. So this one, I was looking at Instagram, and there's this account called Good News Tanks or Tanks Good News or something like that. And it was a soldier coming home. It was a lady getting over cancer. And I just remember typing on my phone, I was like, if good news sold, the world wouldn't be that bad. And I was holding on to the idea just to write it with the right person. And I was in the room with Jordan Rowe and Jacob Davis, and we're throwing out ideas and nothing was kind of sticking. And I was like, guys, I have this title, but we can't screw it up. I was like, it's just got to be perfect. And they knew exactly where to go with it. And Jacob sent it to Jordan. It kind of went around to a few artists, and then Jacob was like, hey, my brother wants this. Jacob's Jordan Davis's brother.
What were some of the I don't know, like stories and kind of things in the room that day that made it magical? We were just talking. We were like, man, if good news was all that we saw, maybe everybody would just get along and not be, because this was right in the middle of 2020, I think, when everybody was way this way and way super
this
divided.
way. And we were like, let's just write what we would love to see on TV if we could.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know if this is the right key, but we're going to try it. You'd see a little boy hugging on a black lab, 'cause after 2 weeks it came back home. Lady going through stage 4, saying thank you, Lord, the cancer's gone. A couple seeing 2 pink lines for the first time after trying for a while. It wouldn't be too hard to find a smile if good news sold. world would seem that bad if good news sold. We'd be buying everything they had, and we'd all sleep a little bit better at night. All be a little less left and right. Turning your TV on, checking your phone would never get old if good news sold. If good news sold. Well, 9:30 in the morning vocal there.
Yeah, there you go. Such a good song though, man.
Thank you, man.
And such a, such a needed message.
Yeah, and like when I'm doing the writers rounds, like here at the listening room, it's like it's a good moment. You kind of feed off everybody, and there's the funny guy, and so it's like, okay, I'll break out Good News Sold, and kind of it brings the emotion of the crowd just on a ride. So
yeah,
it's fun to have songs like that. You don't write them all the time because songs like that deserve the idea for it.
Yep.
So when you get the idea, you're like, okay, I know how to write this, and it's got to be that special feel, and it's good to have that along with the funny songs and the hit songs and a little bit of all of them. So that's one of mine that I'm really proud of that one. I'm glad Jordan.
You should be, bro.
Stuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your songwriting camp. So,
Okay.
You were going out when you first moved here. I mean, I would see you like multiple times a week. It seemed like you were coming out to writers' rooms. I mean,
Yeah.
not just listening room. When back then, I would go out and network a lot too, and
Right.
seemed like everywhere I went, you were,
Right. And-
so like, was that what you did? Like, how did you build your camp?
Yeah, I met Cole Swindell. He was selling T-shirts for Luke Bryan down in Valdosta, and at a farm tour, I met Cole. We stayed in touch, and he was kind of like, man, you got to go to the writers' rounds. And because at that point, Cole was kind of starting to become a hit songwriter. I think he'd had like 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah.
He's the one that told me, he's like, hey, go to the writer shows and meet your people. Like, grow with your camp. He was like, I could write a song with you, but all people are going to see is Cole Swindell wrote a song with this kid, and that's a Cole Swindell song. He was like, find your crew and just get together and write. Thomas Archer was that crew, Travis Denning, Fair and Rachel's, John Langston, who else? Brent Cobb. I remember meeting him kind of in that. But we all had this like Georgia thing. It was just a bunch of Georgia people that were going to Tin Roof and having a few libations and just meeting everybody.
Yeah.
Because that was the time like Jameson and Hardy, and there was like our group and then there was their group, and we were all buddies, like Jameson and Hardy and Hunter Phelps, and just kind of, we were all kind of doing the same thing in 2 different groups, and now we're all buddies.
Yeah.
Love
that, man.
It's always, hey, remember that night at Tin Roof? And when we're catching up and talking, looking
and you're
back
like,
to that.
No, I don't.
I'm like, some of it.
Yeah.
That was another lifetime ago.
With that in mind, like, what kind of advice would you give new writers that are moving to town? Do you think it's still that same
I
thing?
think it's still the same thing. Yeah. Just find your crew, write. I always say get through the bad songs, find the great ones. And just because one's bad and somebody doesn't think it's as great as you think it is, just go to the next one.
Yeah.
Just build that craft, and just, I mean, it's the more songs you write, the better you're going to get at writing songs. And you can't always, the one that your mom loves might not be the one that the town loves. So you just got to keep going and just hammering them out. That's how I've seen success in it. I mean, there's some people that write 10 songs a year and 5 of them are hits. But for me personally, it's just been the grind of get up, go write a song. Hopefully somebody likes it. If not, there's always the next day and the next song.
Yeah.
And you can always hone in. I always tell people, if I'm not done within like 3 hours and I think we're just kind of it's like a hamster running in the wheel, I'm like, let's just get it out, get the instincts out. And you can always go back and fix it. But don't dwell on the ands and the buts and the have we said girl too many times. It's like, just get it out, listen to it with your instincts, write it with your instincts, because people are going to listen with their instincts. So we're just kind of getting it out and then figuring out if it needs fixing, instead of spending 6-7 hours on the ands and the buts and all that. So just
man,
get
that's
it out.
such good advice. I've been in those rooms where I'm just like, man, like the song is good,
right,
or not, right? But like if it's not, it's easy. It's like, okay, like let's just call it. But
right.
but I've been in those rooms where it's just like the just nitpick stuff, and you're there for so long. It's like, man, I can't even think about it right now. Like I just need to get away.
Like with Good News Soul, that song was done within an hour.
Yeah,
because it was just flowing. We were just like, this sounds good. This sounds good. The melody feels good. Let's just go with that.
Do you have a lot of that where you write a song and then you go back and listen to it later?
Sometimes, yeah. But I'd say 80%. I just kind of leave it where it is. Yeah. And then if there's an artist that's like, man, I love this song, but maybe the second verse needs tweaking. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll tweak it then. Especially if it's like just two writers writing a song. The artist is going to have the final opinion of it.
Yeah.
So let's leave it up to him or her and let them make it theirs instead of us just being like, this is what we did. This is how it's going to be. It's not worth fighting over for it. Let it be what it's going to be.
Let's talk a little bit more about him and her. When did you decide to do a duet with Luke Bryan and Karen Fairchild?
Oh, that all happened in the room. I'll play that next. I remember we were writing. It was me, Jada, Tommy, and Jody. And we were just kind of thinking what would be different because Jody produces Luke. And we were like, what if we write a duet, but maybe it'll be a Luke Bryan thing. And I remember the moment it clicked was when I think we wrote the chorus first, and it went from the send it to my ex, send it to your ex, kind of in that moment. We were all like, oh, this whole song needs to be them just going back and forth. And so we went back and started backtracking to make the verses match the chorus and work. I think Jada came in and she was like, yeah, I was with some dude at Tin Roof last night and I took a picture and sent it to my ex. She was like, I feel horrible. I was just drunk and was mad at him. And it kind of just turned into this dialogue between both of them. And Luke, I remember Luke in the beginning was like, I'm going to get Miley Cyrus on this. And he was aiming big, but Karen fit it perfect. Her voice with Luke's was unbelievable.
Yeah, really is.
And that was like, being from South Georgia, Luke Bryan calling you and being, hey, I'm going to record this song. That's one of the moments you move here for. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that another one that came out pretty quick?
Yes, because Tommy kept wanting to get P.F. Chang's. And I was like, dude, let's finish this song and we can go get P.F. Chang's. So that was probably 3 hours.
They do have really good crab rangoon.
Absolutely. That was probably a 3 hour write, but that was doing the demo and singing it, and Jada and I going back and forth in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, let's hear a little bit of it.
All right. What you doing in this place? Well, I could probably ask you the same thing. Another round, girl, what you think? If you're buying, then you know I'll drink, so make it 7 on 7. You want it on the rocks, double shot of heaven, spilling off the top. And we'll go shot for shot for shot, till we forgot what we came here to forget. Clock a tick-tock, ain't gonna stop a night we won't regret. Put your drink down, throw your camera up, flip it around and snap a payback picture. I'll send it to my ex, send it to your ex, send them both a text saying we ain't going home alone tonight. You ain't gotta, I ain't gotta go home alone tonight. I remember when we were doing the vocal, it just stopped at the first home alone tonight, and I just randomly just went, you ain't gotta, I ain't gotta go home alone tonight, and it filled the space. And Jody was like, we're keeping that. That's the good moment.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. I just remember that when I was singing it.
Yeah. What was the feeling and where were you when you found out that was number one?
I was landing for my honeymoon. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and Luke calls me. He goes, hey, congrats. Your number one song in the country right now. It was January 29th, 2016. He goes, your number one song in the country. Don't spend all your money on a contractor in Murfreesboro like I did. I was like, thanks, buddy.
Man.
I tell him that now. He's like, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah. And then that song was nominated for an ACM.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, how like
musical event?
Yeah.
And then they debuted it on the American Music Awards, so that was that was the first like TV appearance I had seen of one of my songs. So that was a cool moment. It was unbelievable.
This episode is brought to you by Brit Skin Beauty. Located in the beautiful Indulgence Medi Spa in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, Brittany is the go-to esthetician for facials, dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, waxing, lashes, and any skincare products and consultations. So many people in the music industry use her frequently, and her work speaks for itself. To schedule your next consultation or make an appointment, visit britskinbeauty.com or send an email to britskinbeauty@gmail.com.
Man, I'm so happy for you, dude. It's like I said, I've gotten to see so much success from so many friends in town, but I've always just like, meeting you like literally like maybe even the week you moved to town.
It had to be pretty early on, yeah.
And just watching everything happen, and then our kids are the same age and play
Playing
ball.
baseball.
And,
Yep.
It's just been so fun. Let's talk about that, because you spend a lot of your time giving back and playing benefit shows and going and doing golf tournaments and tying in golf with music and all of that. Like, what's the inspiration behind all of that?
I always joke. I'm like, I took one hobby and made it a job. I might as well take my other hobby and make it a job. Cole Swindell and Tyler Reeve and I started our company Playing Through. So we go to the golf courses. I always say it's country clubs and country music, and it's the songwriter event of it matches country clubs so much. So we take the artists with us, and we bring custom bottles of wine, we bring guitars, we auction off backstage passes, and we give that back. We, in the golf course's name, we let them pick a charity, and just kind of whatever that raises goes to the charity of their choice. And I don't know, Cole and I and Tyler, we just love golf so much, and we've found a way that we can offer something for the golf courses we could bring something cool to their members. And it's been fun just getting to build a brand and kind of build an atmosphere where, the members can kind of let loose a little bit and raise a little money for charity, and we can use our talents to give back.
Yeah.
And kind of make an experience out of it.
Yeah. I love your heart on that, man. I was in St. Louis with Cole, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, a little over a month ago. He went back home where I'm from and played a show at Busch Stadium. It was the first time they had done this after the game. So it was like, hey, there's no room on the bus, but if you can get there, it's your hometown, like come hang with us. And it was really cool. Got to go sit in the suite and watch the game with him and the band. Great. And
Cole's such a good dude. He's one of my best friends.
Yeah, he really is. And man, it's just a reminder, like just standing back there on the grass of Busch Stadium behind the stage, just watching like all these songs. Sometimes I forget like how many hits these guys have until I'm out on the road, and it's like, man, like, they're digging into like early days. I'm like, oh man, I forget about this, all that. But
absolutely,
I wanted to bring that up because let's dive into Kill a Prayer.
Yeah, absolutely. This day I was riding with Josh Thompson and Jesse Frazier, and Josh always has just great song ideas. And I was like, you know what? He always has a great idea. I'm going to try to out idea Josh Thompson, which is the craziest thing to think. So I come in and I'm like, I got this idea. I got this one. Just nothing's clicking. And Josh is like, I have this idea called I'm Living Proof You Can't Kill a Prayer. And we kind of dug into it. And, sometimes people with those types of songs go to I found a girl. I'd been living bad. I found a girl. And we were like, what if we just write it about your mom? I think it's around Mother's Day or something. And so we went from that angle of it, of, your mom prayed for you your whole life, and somehow, I think it says by now I ought to be 6 feet between all this crazy stuff I've done. But it's like you can't outrun a mama's amen, and I'm living proof you can't kill a prayer. And when we got that line, we were like, that's it.
Yeah.
So then I sent it to Cole. I got no response, which
that always feels good.
Happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he texts me like 2 months later. He's like, hey, didn't you send me that Kill a Prayer song? I was like, yeah, why? He said, well, a publisher just played it on the bus for me. He was like, I love that. I was like, well, if you would have scrolled up 2 months ago, you could love it 2 months longer.
Yeah.
And let me find the key this is in. A little high. There we go. I'll play a little bit. I hit the road, she hit her knees. I was worried about a dream, she was worried about me. I had a bone dry bottle, and she had a worn out Bible. I was in the band, she was in the choir. She saw the light, and I saw the fire. She was more tent revival, and I was more chasing my jukebox idols. And by now I ought to be 6 feet between the white ass open and the whiskey. Every road, every bridge I burned down. No thanks to me, it turns out you can't outrun a mama's amen. Even when you're out here running with the devil, I swear. Yeah, I'm a living proof that you can't kill a prayer. Yeah.
Great song, man.
Fun one. Thank you, man.
On the new Spanish Spanish Moss album.
First track.
Yeah. So,
yep. And I think it's like 4 or 5 on the highway, maybe. Number 4 or 5.
Let's go.
I was hoping for that FM single, but
yeah,
I'll do it with the XM too.
It works.
Absolutely.
Man, do you have a favorite song that you've written?
I think Good News Sold would be that one that sticks out.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to hit wise, I think the Justin Moore, Priscilla Block, You Mean Whiskey,
My Old Server
was my. Oh yeah, that's right. Priscilla worked here.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
For a long time. Yeah.
I think that's been my favorite commercial. Like just as far as like story and the angle of a title like that we kind of came up with. Because with that song, I had the title You Mean Whiskey, and Jesse Alexander was like, okay, I see that title, and it just makes me think of a guy and a girl in a bar. She's like, how do we make it different? Jesse's always really good about just digging something different out of it. And we got to thinking, and she's like, what if it's like a husband and wife that kind of just been going through the trenches with kids and jobs, and she's like, what if they just need to go back to when they were in college, just shooting whiskey all night, just for one night? And that's kind of, we went right at it, kind of, and that song took an hour and a half to write and record. Just kind of when it falls out like that, you're like, it's right. You can just feel it being right.
Was that another one that pretty much off the bat you heard it as a duet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like a lot of my success has been duets.
Yeah.
Even with Florida Georgia Line, they're a duo.
Yeah.
And then Luke and Justin, or the Luke Bryan duet, and then the Justin Moore duet. And then fast forward to, I just had the John Party, Luke Bryan duet, the Cowboys and Plowboys song.
Yeah.
So I keep telling people, I guess I'm a duet guy. Hunter Phelps was saying that the other day. He's like, dude, a lot of mine have been duets. Now that I come to think about it. It's just cool making a moment instead of just writing another song just to write it.
Yeah.
Those happen too, but thinking outside of the box of like, maybe this is a duet. And I have one on Priscilla's next record that's a duet. It's just weird how God's kind of made it all happen.
We're going to be hearing that here. They just reached out. Priscilla's camp just reached out to me last week and hooked them up with Zach and It's going to be a really cool full
awesome.
circle moment where we're going to do her album release.
Oh, that's awesome.
Back here where it started for her. So
that. That's awesome. I'll be here.
All right. Sounds good.
A really good record. I'm not biased at all.
Not at all. No.
Let's see.
Favorite song off the record. How about that?
One we wrote called I Couldn't Care Less.
Okay.
She had this idea. She was like, she's like, people think I couldn't care less, but really I couldn't care more. And we just kind of went right at her kind of life story and kind of her personality. It's one of the more stripped down songs on the album.
Love it. Let's hear You, Me, and Whiskey.
Let's go. You've been doing that 9 to 5 straight line walking, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that letting down your hair, double dog dare look on your eye. I've been burning it at both ends. Been a hot minute since you flipped that switch. It ain't nobody's fault. Shut the world off and turn it back to when it was you, me, and whiskey all night long, sinking to the bottom of them country songs. Fire burning hot till the last drop's gone. Let's turn it up till we take that black label bus too far and say them things to stay in the dark. Nothing as sweet, ain't nothing as strong as you, me, and whiskey all night long. You, me, and whiskey all night long.
Come on, man. So good.
It's a fun one to play.
Yeah. Man, as you reflect on, just being in town a little over 10 years, was it 12, 13 now, something like that? And all the success you've had, I mean, you're writing with the artist.
Yeah.
Going out on the road with them, playing these golf tournaments and stuff like that. I mean, do you have those like pinch me moments where some days you just like, what is my life?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I saw this quote. It was like, hey, if you think you're really busy right now, just look back 10 years ago and you're doing exactly what you wanted to be doing 10 years ago. So just kind of stay where you are, be where your feet are. And I think you're cheating yourself if you don't look back and be like, holy crap, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of, when you look back and you're like, holy crap, I forgot I had that Jason Aldean cut from 2018 because my head's been so far down wanting to see what's next. So then you look back and it's like, oh man, I've kind of built a lot of songs up that have been recorded and have luckily had some hits with them. So it's just crazy to think that you can come from just small town anywhere, and if you work hard enough and just kind of stay patient with it, you can make anything happen in this business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this business can be brutal if you get impatient, or you can just trust God's timing on it and just know it's going to work out right.
Yeah. I mean, I think it probably goes back to, your work ethic. I mean, you just, like you were saying earlier, I mean, you get in that room every single day and you write,
just showing up.
Yeah. I've got a hat I wear a lot that says keep showing up. And it's just a reminder that's just like,
yes,
because it's tough. I mean, I've never had a hit song.
Right.
And I've had a couple songs put on hold, and it's like the greatest feeling in the world. And it's like, no, the album's done and we didn't get it, So it's like,
I still celebrate all of it because you just never know. I mean, you get a hold and you're like, that's awesome. I'm going to go have a beer just to think about that song and what could happen and just celebrate it, because they come few and far between, and you have to celebrate your little wins or it will drive you crazy.
Yeah.
In it all.
Yeah. What's coming up next for you? You've got some other stuff you can tease a little bit?
Let me see. I don't know that I know how to play them.
You don't have to play them if you just, I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, I
but
mean, I have
like,
a song that Luke Bryan cut for the last record. That was literally on the phone with somebody, with my publisher. I'm like, hey, don't let them forget about this song because it's a hit. And they were like, holy crap, I forgot about it. But it's this song called One Truck, Two Hearts, 3 a.m. And it's just the typical, I mean, it's so Luke Bryan, sing-along, fun, 4 on the floor. I just got a Luke Combs song recorded called Always Gonna Be. That'll be on this next record, hopefully.
Yeah.
You just never know till they're out. And then the Priscilla album, I think I have like 3 or 4 on that. I'm really excited for her and this kind of next step in her career of just trying to build who she is as an artist. And she knows exactly pinpoint who she is. So it was fun getting to write with her in that mindset of, I want to be a little bit more real. We went on a bus run with her, me, Traney, and Alex Maxwell and her. And she, up front, she was like, hey, we have the hits that we've recorded. She's like, I'm bringing y'all out because I want to be a little more real with more songs. So the Couldn't Care Less song is one of the most real ones I've written with her.
Yeah, love that. Noah Hicks,
yeah. We just did a big writing retreat for him. And then he put out a song called Small Town Does. Hopefully I think it's his biggest release yet on Big Machine. So we'll see. It's just kind of in that phase of, we'll see. I just had a Lee Brice song come out with, it's Lee and Randy Houser and Jamie Johnson, Dallas, Rob Hatch, and Jared Neiman all on it. It's called Said No Country Boy Ever. It's just a fun redneck song.
I mean, with that group, it's got to be.
It's got to be fun.
Yeah.
And then just odd and end stuff here and there.
Yeah.
A bunch of holds that I hope come to fruition. And I don't know, just kind of seeing. That's the fun thing about just seeing what's next.
Yep.
Goes back to looking back and appreciating what was back, and then looking forward and appreciating what's next.
Absolutely, man. It's all you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, dude, thanks for coming in and spending some time. Glad we finally made this happen.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite, and thanks, Zach, for getting it all lined up and keeping me on it. This is fun. This is the first time I've been on the stage that I haven't had a tequila.
Yeah, well, we can get one. I mean, it's early in the morning, but
it's too early.
Yeah. All right, I always end on this question. So if you can go back to 8-year-old Cole, what kind of advice would you give yourself today?
8-year-old Cole, he was probably didn't want to work that hard, so I would have to tell him, you got to work hard and you got to just keep your head down and be patient, because 8-year-old Cole wanted everything right then. But I would just say keep your head on straight and be patient and keep working.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks again, brother.
Absolutely.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Check out the liner notes, and we will put links to Cole's socials and ways to find a lot of his hits. This has been another episode of Stories Behind the Songs. I'm Chris Blair. You've been listening to Cole Taylor, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Stories Behind the Songs with Chris Blair. Make sure to give us a follow on Spotify if you enjoyed this episode, and make sure you click that notification button so you can keep notified when new episodes come out. We release brand new episodes every Tuesday, and you can find us on YouTube at Stories Behind the Songs with Chris Blair, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to send us a comment letting us know what you thought of the episodes. We love getting your feedback, and share this with your friends. The more we grow, the more that we can keep doing this. It's our mission to bring you all of these great stories behind the songs from some of Nashville's most iconic artists and songwriters, publishers, producers, everyone in between, and a lot of my great friends. We love what we do, and we love sharing their stories with you. We appreciate all of the continued support. Thanks also to all of our sponsors, and we will see you all next week.